Alright, so how do you shuffle a deck of playing cards? That it just comes with practice, and just shuffling a deck of cards is the most important thing you can possibly do with a deck of cards. Now, when you're first learning the shuffle, you're gonna want to learn it on a table. I have a table here set up for this very reason. Yeah, I'm gonna put the card mat on. So, there we go. Now, and that is exactly why I did not want to do that. So, how are you going to do this? First off, you're going to need to separate the deck into two roughly equal halves. And that, you're probably gonna want to do something like this at the start. Just lift up and do that, okay? And at this point, you're gonna have to grab the two halves and start to riffle. Now, to start riffling, you're gonna have to hold the deck in a way where you can apply pressure, and you're gonna want to apply pressure with your ring finger, so you can bend the deck just like this, and then you're gonna be riffling off the thumbs, alternating, and so riffling with the thumbs, alternating. It's not as complicated as you think. When you first start, you're probably going to be like this, where they're too far away, and then you might go like that, where they're way too close together. There's a sweet spot where it'll be the perfect spot to do the bridge. So, it'll be the easiest to put them together easily, and also easy to do the bridge. Now, when you first start out, you're not going to want to do the bridge. You're going to want to just, excuse me, I was saying, when you first start off, you're not going to want to do the bridge. You're just going to push them together. You can push them together while they're on the table, or you can push them together with your hands. Just push them together, because when you start off, you're not going to be able to do the bridge, and if you try to do the bridge, cards are going to fly everywhere. Now, don't do this right away with a super new deck. The cards are going to be more slippery, expensive, broken, quite so slippery. It's not going to be quite so slippery. You riffle the cards. You don't want to try and riffle them together like this. That's not what you do. So I'm gonna try doing it with the opposite edge. You're gonna riffle like that, where they're not all close together, and then you're gonna push them in. That way you won't ruin as many cards, because you're not trying to interlace them all right away. And it'll also make it easier to do the bridge, because the cards aren't interlaced so far. That's just a little tip for you. Now, to hold the deck, you just gotta hold the deck something like this. Curl your index finger where you can apply opposite pressure, like I've said before, and then just start to riffle with the thumbs. Now, when you're first starting out, you're going to either do something like that, where you've got half and half, or not at all, shuffling them. Or you'll have I have to really focus. You're gonna have a clumped up deck like so. And if you have a clumped up deck, it's gonna be super hard to do the the bridge, and that's one of the main reasons you do not want to attempt the bridge right away, because if your cars are too clumpy, then the bridge is going to be a lot harder. So I would recommend just doing the riffle and pushing them together just like so. Now, let's get into the in the hands riffle shuffle.